Well, welcome to the Transformers news segment for episode 32. Crank out some Transformers news that we heard about, third party to Hasbro stuff to whatever else comes along. But yeah, right off the bat, getting right into the new stuff. Transformers, Marvel's Comics, X-Men mashup, Ultimate X Expanse revealed. So this is basically like a Cyclonus. It's trying to be, or a Cyclonus. This is basically a Cyclops. It's Transformer. It also is the X Jet from the '90s, and yeah, it's also a Michael Bay. I can't remember which one, but it's a Michael Bay mold of a Bayformer movie line studio series figure. It does come with a little mini Wolverine and Sabretooth. And yeah, it's a little weird because people are like, his hand, one hand it shows like 3 spikes like Wolverine, but it is supposed to be a Cyclops. He's got the like little mask above his head. And then another mashup coming 2021 X-Men's Transformer. What are you feeling?
Well, I mean, this is not like, I'm not the target audience again for this stuff. You know, I was never
the mashups.
I've never an X-Men kind of guy. Like, so this is one of those things where I don't understand it, but like, you know, once it's explained to me why they're doing this, it makes sense. But like, when I see stuff like this, I'm just like, well, what's, you know, it always just brings me back to that Top Gun one that just looks the worst. And then I'm just like, well, this looks cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'd prefer that one over this one because like once I seen that one's actually huge, that like Top Gun one. Like the figure itself, as weird as it is, I'd prefer it over this for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I like the alt mode of this one because that, you know, that Blackbird jet kind of thing is kind of neat, but I don't know. It's just another one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, okay, fine. If the X-Men people want a Transformer, then they can have this, but I don't see the Transformer people wanting an X-Men thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's
they had those Marvel ones back in the day that you find at Value Village now. Like they're like just like those Star Wars ones. They have a Iron Man. They'd never done a Cyclops before, but they have other ones.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do see those at Value Village, and you know, I always think that they're just, you know, some kind of awful mashup toy, and I don't buy them. But like, this is, I mean, at the very least, the robot mode of this actually looks like kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like oddly proportioned. It's, you know, it would kind of fit in standing there on the shelf. You wouldn't think, oh look, it's an X-Men Transformer mashup figure. You'd think, oh, that's just a weird, you know, it's another weird Transformer. So it's okay. You know, I'm okay with it. When I saw it, I wasn't that mad, but like, you know, it's like, I ain't buying it. So it's fine. It's fine.
I'd buy it. Like I have the Ghostbuster, I have the Gigawatt. Now I would get this if I like seen it in person, but I wouldn't open it. So there's that, and I love the '90s X-Men show. It came on before or after Spider-Man in the '90s, which was one of my favorite shows ever. So it's like, and the X-Men shows, the classic. It's the '90s shows actually really good and in depth, and the Jim Lee style X-Men. And I just never been diehard, but I always could relate to the X-Men because you know all the, you know, they're just hated because of how they're born and blah blah blah. It's a common thing, and it is engaging. Except a lot of people say that they just repeat the story and it never goes anywhere. But I like I said, I don't have a huge thing. I never really liked their jet because like I was like, they have to use vehicles like Spider-Man just swings around, man. That's dope or whatever. But yeah, like you said, like I think some people would know because of the colors that, like, especially if they saw the X on the chest, they might think it's something if they're a diehard like X-Men fan first. But yeah, if they've never been really around that stuff and they just see this on the shelf, I mean, it does just kind of fit in with the rest of the boys, and girls or whatever. But yeah, the packaging, I'm not hating it. It's a little awkward and strange. Like I said, if I saw this, I'd just keep it sealed.
Yeah, no. The packaging, I actually like the packaging. That the cartoon artwork on it, and I really like the bold blue and yellow colors of the jet. Like it's all in all, it's a really good package. But I mean, it's just like
Easy pass.
Yeah. I mean, if I saw it sitting there and it was $29, I'd be like, yeah, I'll pick that up. But unfortunately, I get the idea. It's not $29.
Yeah, it's a Target exclusive.
Oh, well, great. So I won't be able to have a chance to get it anyway. So
yeah,
super.
May or may not come into Toys R Us.
another shining moment in Hasbro's stupid, like, exclusive mindset that they have. Great. Well, that's good. So I can see a picture of it, but I'll never see it in person. Beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, EB, all these came into EB and Target, or some of them Toys R Us. There's a slim chance, but it just depends on shipping and all that at the time.
Exactly.
What the world's going through, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, easy pass for me. Like I said, if I see it or if there's a pre-order for it and it's cheap-ish, I mean, yeah, I'll get it. I don't mind having the Gigawatt. I've never opened my Ghostbusters. I haven't opened my Gigawatt. Wouldn't open this, but yeah, not the worst.
No.
You said it might, like I've always said, just to let people know, it brings other people's eyes into the fandom of Transformers, which is always a good thing.
Of course.
Well, this is really awesome. This actually makes me excited for once. Fans Hobby, and this is third party. We cover third party here though, because we're not we're open to it. We're not judgmental here. So, but yeah, Fans Hobby MB12A Nitewalker, and it's AKA Nightbeat. I actually have the G1 Nightbeat. Its head. Remember when you were here, we're doing the live stream, and its head. We were asking people to help give us tips how I could change it back to its original blue color because it was green or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have a G1 of this. I actually have the Fans Hobby Athea. It's Minerva repaint, which I absolutely love. Minerva from God Master Force, great female Transformer character. But yeah, this is the same. They have share the same G1 body, and this is Nightbeat. And I absolutely love this. This is a must buy for me. You just can't pre-order it yet, but I love everything about this figure. The colors, and I have the. I have the Fans Hobby one already, so I know the quality. Yes, there's a little issue with the leg flap on most of them. Every single reviewer, and mine has this the leg won't click in completely. So hopefully they fix that. But otherwise, a great third-party figure.
Yeah, no, this is this is the first I'm seeing it because I knew this would be when you showed me this would be right up your alley. So it's this is, but no, this is really nice, and I mean this is one of those ways that the third party people excel over Hasbro because they'll release
like this.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean the promotional shots, sure they're not fully colored properly, but I mean the articulation on these figures are just, it's always amazing to me how they can get these guys to twist and turn into completely natural poses. It's really nice figure.
Yeah, I like it a lot. There's just, like I said, I have that other mold, so I know what the figure's like, and I have the G1 one, so just Hasbro ever getting around to do this in the next 10 years, and with their masterpiece line, how good they're doing their other figures, people, and how they're pricing people out of the masterpiece line right now is pretty and this will only be a $60-$80 something figure. My other one was cheap.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, this is good. This will be, it'll look good standing next to the your other one.
Yeah, I know both. Yeah, and I want to get that $3,000 or a Minerva. I want to get that $3,000 Minerva at some point. But
oh, of course you do.
Put a chain around it and wear it. But but yeah. What about you though? It just doesn't really you're not really into it. You don't even own a third party masterpiece figure, do you?
Well, isn't my Galvatron?
Maybe. I can't remember if that's that's just a blown up Titans Return one, isn't it?
See, I can't even remember. That's one of the first figures I ever got. So I mean,
because they've never done an official mold, and that's not the Fans Toys Galvatron mold, but.
Right. Yeah. So I don't think I have any. I don't have any third party masterpiece knockoffs. I mean, it's just one of those things where I've just never got around to buying them. They're cheap as hell for the knockoffs, but when you can get Shockwave for $60 instead of like, $300 or 108 and whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It's way cheaper, but I've just never done it. Like, I've always just been buying like the third party stuff that I have. Well, it's not really third party. It's just knockoffs. Like, I don't think I have any real third party stuff, like actual legit third party stuff.
Yeah, mostly just knockoffs.
Yeah. I mean, I've got like half of my combiners are all knockoffs, and that's fine with me. I don't really care. Like, I don't care. I mean, you can see the difference, but whatever. But yeah, like I'm always interested in these third party figures, but the thing is like I just never get them. Like when I'm at ages 3 and up and I see the third party stuff, like I really want to buy it, but then there's always something in the used case for like $25 that I'd rather have. So, I'll get there eventually. That's the thing.
Yeah, like it's the thing. Like the Hasbro line of it seems like it's like, I don't know, it's not dying, but it's just like a lot of people are just happy with the generation stuff, and then like they're just like like the other prices are just like the jump is way too high.
Yeah.
So they're pricing people out, which is ridiculous. But...
Well, I mean, the moment I start spending $350 on one single figure, then like even with the God Neptune, at least that's 5 figures for $350. But like if I'm buying one figure for $350, seriously, shoot me in the head, because I'm done. Like I shouldn't be doing that. That's absolutely, it's insane. Like for me, it would be insane, because I mean, I just consider it's a lot of money to spend on one thing.
Totally. Yeah, no, it's just. Like I said, I've spent more in like I bought dumber things than that, but it's just like I have. I just bought that up. Yeah, so it's like for me, it's just, I justify spending a lot for one figure, but it's just not for that,
Oh no, exactly.
It just has to be like something I really want. Like like I'll buy that $3,000 Minerva, but
that's something you want. This is, you know what I mean? It's not like it's not like you're not pressured into buying it. It's something that you've wanted forever. So it's not like you don't feel like it's not a regular release thing that you can just go out and get in some alternative way. You can't get a knockoff of it. It's that, you have to buy that. So, it is what it is. Like, you're better spending your money on stuff you like than, like this guy, he's 80, like you said, like it's going to be $80. This is a no-brainer. Like you will never balk at the $80 spent on this figure, because you'll just be like, this is amazing. I can't wait to get this. The money's meaningless. But, once you start like buying stuff just for the sake of buying it, like because it's there, that's crazy. Like, and that's cool that you're like expand, like I remember when I first started talking to you, you were like, so you were anti third party. You were like, no, I'm not going to get any knockoffs. Third party stuff is like,
I respected it, but I just didn't want it in a way.
Yeah. No, I know, that's the thing. You were really like Hasbro centric, right? But I mean, now it's like you've been open to like, well, once you get one of the third party figures in your hands, and it feels like it's made of metal, even though it's not.
Well, and they're doing characters I want. Like they're doing the G2 colors of the Stunticons. They're doing the what I mean? And they're doing this guy. They're doing Nightbeat or whatever they're calling it. And like they'll never do that in the regular line. Are you kidding me? We haven't even got a Nightbeat in Generations like recently. Yeah, there was one in that Thrilling 30s and like kind of recently, but not like one that was like his own mold or something, right?
Right, exactly.
It's like a repaint or something, but. It's just so my eyes have opened. But like my one friend, when he came over, he spotted that wheelie from a mile away and knew it was fake, and I was like, "Oh, is that fake?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fake."
Yeah, I mean, it's real, but it's
all
fake.
The stuff in my house. You walk in, and that's the first thing you say is that wheelie fake? I'm just like, yeah. It sure is, my friend. But yeah, so fans hobby, like I know what they're kind of like. X-Transbot. A lot of people saying X-Transbot is like second or third best from the fans toy stuff. So I mean, I don't have money for fans toys, and I got that, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
And there's another one too from fans hobby that I want. They have one of the the Turbo Masters. They have the white Optimus Prime that's like has teal on it, and it's like not Optimus Prime, but it's like an Optimus Prime like mold, and they have like a masterpiece of that.
Wow.
It's like that's like a few $100, but that probably is made well.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But yeah, no, I'll definitely try to get this guy and review him and stuff. It's harder to review some masterpiece figures because they're so like finicky and it's just not fun.
Yeah.
They're not like the playability. It's not always there. But yeah, this should be about $60 American, so I'll probably jump on it easily.
Nice.
Well, just wanted this stuff came out a while ago, but I don't know. Just kind of gloss over it. They're doing another Ghostbusters, Ectotron, Afterlife after the new movie, and they also have this new studio series Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie when he's like has a Cybertronian transformer mode. And yeah, what like I know you don't care that they're re-releasing the Ghostbusters thing, but what do you think about them or just releasing it that quickly with a different color scheme? Or
well, I mean, it makes sense. The thing is like, when's the movie coming out? So this should really, like, if it's a tie-in to the new movie, like putting it out now is kind of like, because when's the movie coming out? Like, can you tell me? Like,
yeah, I'll check, but I don't know.
No, this is the thing. Like, every time they say a movie's coming out, they end up pushing it back because, the thing that's happening right now. So it's like, for me, they should have waited to do this because it just seems silly.
It says June 21st.
Well,
2021.
We'll see.
Could be pushed back.
Yeah, this is I've been waiting for James Bond for a year and a half, and the next Halloween movie got pushed back a whole year. So it's like I'm not holding my breath on these movies coming out, but like they should have waited. Like this, it's silly to put something out with no context. It doesn't make sense. Like it's
they're putting out with that comic at the same time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, comic, like it's such a limited audience. Yeah, you got to be. If it's sitting on the shelf, no one's going to be like, oh yeah, that's from that comic that 5% of the population read. It's like it doesn't. It's just it's silly to do. It's merch for merch's sake. It's sitting in a they had.
Well, it's also for mold's sake. Like,
well, it's the thing. That's what I mean.
Repaint. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like this is a way they got a repaint out of it. Hey, and it is a different head sculpt, but.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the thing. It's at this point, like it's meaningless. You know what I mean? It's a meaningless piece of merch. They're like, oh yeah, it's the movie that's coming out in 6 months. Like, oh, you can't wait. So you have the piece of merch that's for something that, is provisionally coming out in June. Like, who cares? It's silly. Like, no, there's no context behind it. So people aren't going to be like, oh my God, yeah, I really like that movie, so I want to get the merch for it. You don't pre-buy merch like for something you don't know if you're going to like, right?
Well, I mean, that used to be in the 90s more. They'd put out a lot of merch before like something came out, but
yeah, I see. There's 20 years of my life where I didn't follow anything happening. So like,
it's true. It's just like you kind of missed like the kids, like when you're a kid in that consumer boom of the 90s, like it was all about pre-merch and like just setup. Like you would buy like tons of stuff for stuff that you've never even seen,
Yeah, no, exactly. No,
but I know what you're getting at. I know what you mean, but it's just like for me, like I get what you're saying, but it's just like nowadays it's a bit riskier because like they just don't have that lucrative money to like put stuff out. But I guess they, like I said, they just wanted like now they don't know if the movie's gonna be delayed. They want to get another repaint out, but
I guess it's fine. It's fine. I mean, sure, but they could have easily
comes with the extra ghost.
Oh, well, never mind. Forget everything I said then, like, where do I buy this? Yeah, no, it strikes me as just, it's not even a cash grab because like they're banking on people just wanting it for the sake of like, I don't, like, business wise, it doesn't make sense to me, but like, hey, I don't know anything about business, so there you go. I have to work a retail job. Obviously, I know nothing about making money. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's fine, I guess, if you want to buy it. I mean, like if you've already bought the first one, like, I don't know. Like, I don't see you like rushing out to buy this one, right?
That's what I thought. The people that bought the first one are mostly diehard like Ghostbusters before Transformers fans. So.
Well, that's the thing, is that like they put out the Transformers, the original mold of this, and it's based on movies that have been out for 20 years. So it's like, yes, merch from things that have already happened. I like things that have already happened because I have reference points to it. It's like, I don't have a reference point to this, but like, sure, it's it's a thing.
I think Crimson, like Mr. Raptor said too, like if they would have done like one with like, if it was more like the G2 or the Ghostbusters 2 episode with the ghost with the two fingers up and plus that extra different thing it had on the top, right? Because then like the act vehicle was a bit different. I think it had the Christmas lights on it as well. So it's like, so it would be like it would be a bit different canister up top, right? Different head sculpt, make it a different thing, but this is just like no one has, like you said, like no one's seen this movie. No, if you're looking forward to this movie, you need your head examined anyways, because like the movie trailer looks so bad. Have you seen it?
Yep, I have. I mean, it's just a way of pushing the franchise into a modern setting so that you don't have to wheel out Dan Aykroyd.
I don't want kids, man. I want men.
Yeah, well, by the time this movie comes out, those people are going to be 20. So it's like, at that point, like, seriously.
Yes.
But, they'll put out a sequel to the movie that's coming out, and they'll be like, well, these kids have grown up. They were 14 when the movie was filmed.
Yeah. But I just like, give me a Ghostbuster with some real men in it, like some more Bill Murrays, the Dan Aykroyds at this time.
I mean, at this point, though, those guys are like literally like, they're fighting the good fight against death at this point. So like,
but still, like, just someone that I know they missed the opportunity to do it back in the day, but they still need to like get some like, I just like they did the one with the girls, which I thought was insane, the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So. I mean, that's just a blasphemy. The people that made that need to be slapped. But this is like, this is just as bad or worse.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I'll still end up watching it. It's the kind of thing where, it's as bad as it's gonna be.
I could not watch that. That's insane. But you're more open-minded to that stuff. I'm not. So.
Well, no, I'm just gonna steal it off the internet. So it's not like I'm going to see it in a theater or paying.
No, I know. Like,
these people are getting my money.
You're giving your time is more. I don't know what.
Well,
I get. Yeah, you're more of a movie. Like you like movies in a different way. Like I had to go through school for it. Like movies are work for me. So it's just like if I'm gonna watch it, I kind of have to like it.
Yeah, for sure. I get it.
Because it just get taken out so much. But like you said, it is what it is. We talked about this a lot. That's great. I didn't even know we'd have that much to say. But yeah, if you Ghostbuster fans, if you want it, it's there, right? So.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, for sure. For you, if you're watching this in July 2021. Oh man, that was a great movie. I'd go out and buy this. Yeah, I can't wait to get mine. I pre-ordered it. So
totally. And just jumping into this Bumblebee, I just thought I'd mention it's a little strange. It's Cybertronian vehicle mode from the Bumblebee movie. He actually has the nice little Bumblebee helmet on. And for a Bay figure, I don't mind its little robot mode that much. It kind of has a cute little bulky roundness to him that I don't mind. But the alt mode is very strange, but I know you're not big into the Bay stuff. I'm not either. I don't even open mine, but
well, this is from the Bumblebee movie. Wasn't really Bayformer movie, was it? Like,
well, I'd say it is still, because they tried to make them a tiny bit better in that opening scene, but to me, like, it was still off by like a million.
Well, I never listen. This is the thing. It's one of those things where like everyone says, "Oh no, the Bumblebee movie's not all that bad," and I sit down to watch it, and I'm like, I don't think I should watch this. So I still haven't seen it yet. Like,
just watch the first 15 minutes.
That's what everyone says. That's what
when they're on Cybertron. Yeah, Soundwave comes out. It's like ravage. Like they have it all, and like Soundwave's there with the actual voice, and he's like. And Starscream's there, and they don't look as Bayish, and they're trying their best to make it a modern take. But to me, it's too organic still.
Yeah, I mean,
they need to be more blocky and not as many like lines on them.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like with this Bumblebee thing, this odd Bumblebee fetish that they have that they keep like promoting
For the kids.
this Bumblebee agenda that like seriously I just don't get. I know it's for the kids, but I mean like I'm, I'm not a like give
No,
me a
I
break.
know. It's just the mascot.
Yeah, it's like when I was watching Transformers, back in the day, when it was on to begin with, I never thought, boy, this Bumblebee needs more airtime. Like, I'll tell
Yeah,
you, what character they don't flesh out enough is Bumblebee. Like,
I
come
don't,
on.
yeah, but he was like a stand for that old show. Like as a kid, I really liked him as a kid because he seemed like kind of like the hot rod of the group because there was no hot rod, so he was kind of like the hothead and like the silly he just go out there for adventure.
Yeah, I
And he's
know.
always with the kid
Well,
Spike.
that's the reason why I was like, because the people in the original Transformers, there was the weak link in that show. So I mean, like, having him drive around with Spike inside of him, it's just like, I just never got the Bumblebee agenda, and so I mean, like, just more Bumblebee. It's like, man, whatever. It's like he's not even a good. For me, it's not like you can't make a whole movie on it. Doesn't make sense, but hey, who am I to talk? Like I said, I'm not the businessman. I'm just Mr. Retail
Well, it's
Job.
played
So
out.
what
They've
do
done
I
it
know?
enough. I get it. Like I don't mind the old Bumblebee or anything, like the cartoon. But like it's just like you know what I mean. It's just like it's played out.
Yeah, 100%.
So they could just put someone else there, but it's just tough, because they've already marketed this and they've done it to such a level that like other kids saw Bumblebee and like they were young and they're impressioned on it.
Yeah, kids don't know anything.
But those kids will be the next mass buyers.
Great. Great. I can't wait to look at the Transformers of the future if the Bumblebee fans are
Yeah,
the
like think
the
about the bubble.
10-year-olds now.
They're 20. Like yeah, I'm 46 going through the aisles and like it's all Bumblebees. I'm gonna be like, what the hell?
Yeah, no.
Damn kids.
No, exactly. So like
Like
me now.
yeah. But if it was called Transformers Generations Bumblebee.
Yeah, and that would be it. I'm out. I've cash me out.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, like I said, I mentioned this before somewhere. That I still would have liked this more if it was a Bumblebee or a Siege that turned into the vehicle he turned into in the very first episode when he turned into that UFO thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been chill. If it was a Bumblebee that looked like a G1 Bumblebee that turned into his actual G1 mode from the actual show.
Right.
And Wheeljack also turned into that van at the beginning, the
Right.
Cybertronian van. So it's like,
Yeah.
I want those. And they were gonna do that for Siege, but someone voted something else instead of Wheeljack for that.
Whoa, who? The fans voted?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
well,
a
yeah.
fan vote.
Always put the next figure that you're gonna release in the hands of the fans, because I'll tell you who really knows what will sell and what won't sell. The fans.
Hi, my name's Stan. I put my hands up to the fans. They wave like fans.
Unbelievable.
The crowd
Never
expands.
Don't ever listen to what fans want. Like, for God's sakes, like, if anyone knows less than what Hasbro's going to release, it's fans.
Yeah, I just think they missed a mark because they had that Ironhide Cybertronian. They didn't do Wheeljack Cybertronian and Bumblebee Cybertronian, who show up in the actual show in the first episode in a Cybertronian mode.
Yeah.
They didn't do either of those in Siege.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Opportunity missed, my friend.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I just want to bring this up. This happened early November. I saw no one mention it, like, anywhere, so I wanted to mention it. And I think me and you, like, that's when I was working a lot. We couldn't reach out. We just missed a couple weeks there. But it was a Prime 1 Studio new official G1 Transformers merchandise in Japan. It's like a Soundwave bag, like a Soundwave G1 style carrying case, I guess. It looks like, I don't know. It has the tape. It's not. I guess it's not Soundwave exactly. It's like his chest, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
In a robot mode more or something. It's kind of trying to be like a cassette player, but it's like I think it's only sold in stores in Japan. you can only get this like in a store in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. The one picture there where it's on the shelf and it's all in yen. So I mean, yeah, no, these are, I like this kind of merch. This is nice. This is the subtle like Transformers stuff where, you can kind of like represent without, looking like,
Yeah,
well, I mean, you still end up looking like a total nerd, but I mean,
yeah,
still
but this
like
is so cute. Like they have G1 Soundwave bag and pass case. That's I think Ravage. It's supposed to be right.
hmm
Yeah, it is Ravage. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean. You do look like a total dweeb walking around with this, but yeah, it's not something they take everywhere, right?
Well, I mean, like, I look like a total dweeb anyway, so I mean, like, I might as well just, finish the look with my Soundwave bag. But I mean, like, yeah, if I saw this, I mean, it's,
I want this so bad, but I like looked. I mean, I haven't looked recently, but I looked when this was announced, and I was like, I wanted one of these so bad. But I mean, I don't know if they even popped up on like eBay or anything,
Yeah, no, this is the first I've seen of this. I mean, like, this is the thing. Like, I completely missed out on this. So, and I mean, it doesn't look that big of a bag. Like, it is purse size. It's not like a messenger bag or anything. But I mean, that's the size bag I carry around anyway. So I mean, like, this would be ideal. And I mean, like, the little pass case thing, like, I'd stick my my lame bus pass in there, right? It would be perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But as you said, it's in stores only in Japan, so I think that's kind of price prohibitive to go and pick one up.
Yeah, and I'm just checking quickly, but I don't like. I'm just trying to use what they've worded it as, but it's just like it's hard to find like search terms for this. I mean, it is Prime One Studio, so I will check. Just do a soft check, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like search term. There's not like a direct name for it. I can see here.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to even like someone if I don't know if people in Japan would put this on eBay to sell, but yeah, I've never found one. I've just searched again, but I mean, like I said, it might take a bit of tweaking of the stuff, but of search engine stuff. But yeah, I like it, man. It's like you said, it's just like you might want to not take it everywhere or some occasions, I guess, right? But I like it.
Yeah, no, it's really it's cool. It's cool merch. Like this is the kind of thing where like I don't understand the can case.
No,
like I mean granted, that just looks like dollar store level stuff. That little Altoids tin, I guess you need something to carry your weed in. But I mean, like there's that. But like that bag is that's hype. I really like that.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Nice Decepticon logo on it. The blue, it's like a blue purse if you're just listening to this, like satchel, not too big. And not a satchel, it's just like, yeah, purse size-ish with like Decepticon logo, little tape cassette, Ravage for your bus pass or credit cards or whatever.
Yeah, I know. I dig the way that the front pocket on it is clear so you can stick the tape in and it looks like it's, Ravage in the tape. Player thing. It's really cool. Like
I know. How it inserts like that. Yeah, that's a good thing to mention. It looks so sick how it inserts like that.
It says the price 3,500 yen, so that's like $35. So
yeah, it doesn't look too like it doesn't look like Lounge or whatever. I have some of my other quality stuff that makes stuff like this, but this like for just a few bucks like that would be amazing.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be nice to have. Like I'd use it for 6 months and then never use it again, but it'd be fun to have.
It'd be fun to go to a Transformers convention or a gaming convention or something with something like this,
Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be where it's at, but who knows? If you ever see one of these for sale, let me know. Anyone, listeners, please let us know down in the comments because, like, I want to get my hands on one of these.
Yeah, buy two.
Buy two. Wilbur. Galactic Odyssey Botropolis Rescue revealed. Yeah, this actually was at the end of the line of the G1 line. This actually was released. It just was at the very end and it got no play. So this is really out of left field for them to do. So this is one of those things where Hasbro is taking that chance to do something that like is obscure and old and like from the left,
Right.
But what do you think of the general thing? I don't really like that. What's the guy's name? It's not Grease Pit. It's Airhead or something.
Sure, Airwave.
Airwave, yeah, Airhead. I'm the airhead. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But I really like the little rocket ship, and I really, really like the fire truck guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's an interesting set because I mean like these like repaints of figures that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's like oh no, I guess I do have that one.
Yeah, airhead.
Gas pump. I've got him, but yeah, it's an interesting little set. Like I mean it's nice to have all these figures in one to like kind of make something, because individual releases of like gas pump and air hose there or whatever, like they don't do anything. Like they're just crazy like transformers that transform from a weird looking robot into something that doesn't look like anything. But to have it like as like a whole set, it makes more sense. So like I like this, and I kind of dig the repaints, or I it's cool, and I do like the little space shuttle and fire truck looking thing. Like it's for once one of these things that like individually selling these things, it's of no interest to me, but to sell it as like a set like this, it's kind of cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
it's a way of putting it out.
Sucks it's just another Amazon exclusive.
Well, I'm never gonna get it, but I mean still, like if I saw it
exactly. If you saw this in a store, I'd get it, but not like just online, you know.
Exactly.
Go to my way for this or freak out. But yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. Like the little guys look pretty adorable and that. But are you gonna display your little guys, or what are you gonna do with any? Do you have very many little guys, like the mini bots and stuff?
No, I don't. They just get lost. I mean, they not lost, but I mean they just get lost in the collection. Like sure, I'll put them out there, but I mean, I have them. I have a big box filled with weapons and all the accessories. They're just in there because they don't do anything. Like I'd rather have them as their gun mode and have a bigger guy holding on to them, or like their sword mode or whatever it is, because those are the ones I've got.
Yeah, like, those look cool. Like when they're in their sword mode or their axe mode or their whatever.
Yeah. And I mean I've got a few that turn into vehicles, and I'll probably just leave those as vehicles because you know, they look cool. At least as vehicles, they don't look as lame, because the figures are generally like in bot form. They're not that cool looking.
Yeah, they can be hard to stand as well. I've noticed, like on a shelf, they kind of like tip and they take over a lot of space.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I've got a few of them, and I mean, I don't buy them because it just feels like it. I don't know. There's no point to them, to be honest. But I mean,
yeah, like, people just like them because the nostalgia, the real ones that were out back in the day.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is that, you know, they name these things like, you know, figures that came out in the past, and then but you have to buy something that's 1.25 inches tall to get your fix on it. But it's like, I mean, you know, it'd be cool. Like I said, in this set, it's cool because it makes sense. Everything's like fits together. But like, you know, individually, these releases are all like lame. But you know, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like I like how, like I said, the risk of taking this and doing this, it shows that Hasbro is somewhat interested in doing some offshoot stuff, but it's not like you just don't know what it's gonna be.
No, exactly.
But yeah, like I said, Amazon exclusive. I don't think, I'm not going out of my way to get this, but if I ever saw it like roll up somewhere, I might get around one, but
yeah.
Go out of my way. But yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, thanks for joining me. We'll check out the podcast. We'll have the podcast. If it's not out yet, we'll definitely have the podcast topic out, so look out for that. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, listening to the intro, listening to the Transformers news. Thanks as always for joining me, Grubgun.
No problem.
And yeah, like I said, more stuff planned, more constant podcasts coming out, more stuff like that. And you know, if there's not a lot of news that comes out, we'll fill it with other things. But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone, and yeah, check out the other video.
Bye.